You and a bunch of teenagers are about to compete in a contest. You meet this guy from Idiot Romulus.
Run.
And this guy from Karate Kid Legends.
There's two of them. Focus!
And other teenagers participate in a high-stakes game. The problem is you have Luke Skywalker shows up, threatening you and your friends to walk until your leg give out. You are in a deathmatch battle royale, and the only way is out is be the last man standing. You either walk or die, and the Force will not be with you. I am going to provide tips and strategy on how to survive from the trigger-happy Luke Skywalker in The Long Walk.
Walk until there's only one of you left.
This movie starts with Garraty receive a letter that he has been accepted to participate in The Long Walk. His mom do not like the idea for good reasons, but he ignored her and proceeded to do The Long Walk, which is his biggest mistake, and his mom know it.
Chris! You're making the biggest mistake of your life!
Garraty meets Pete and start to know each other for a bit.
I'm Ray Garraty. You can call me Ray.
McVries.
Karate Kid Legends is way too excited for the race, and he can't kung fu his way out of this one.
Smile, boys. You're on candid camera.
Luke Skywalker shows up, calling their names and giving them dog tags to identify them by their number. Skywalker gives his Star Wars speech to motivate them about the long walk.
Very first long walk years ago to inspire everyday people.
However, he laid down his rules. 1. You can walk 3 miles per hour to stay alive. 2. If you stop, you will get 3 warnings. 3. After the 3 warnings, you still can't stop, you will get a final warning. If that, you will get a ticket. 4. If you move outside the perimeter, you will get a ticket with no warning. They really need the Force to be with them.
May the Force be with you.
They're starting to walk, making fun at the locals.
You left.
Number 38 gets a warning because he's walking too slow trying to eat. Number 5 needs to tie his shoe and gets 3 warnings but finish tying it before he gets his ticket. One of the guys admit the real reason he's in this race is because he wants the money, plus he's religious.
Personally, I can't stop thinking about all that money.
You have another guy who wants to write a book about the long walk, but I'm pretty sure he won't able to write the book because I don't think he can make it. Another guy catch a charley horse and came to continue to walk.
Warning. Okay, just keep walking. That's right.
He get his 3 warnings, but he can't continue. As a result, he got his ticket.
3rd warning.
And things just got too real.
Just got real.
Well, they are in a battle royal for their life. You have Luke Skywalker put down some heavy rules that if you don't walk, you die, and it's pretty diabolical. Since we know the play is, one of the first things I would do is make friends. If we can make enough friends, we can attack the soldiers, grab a cobalt rifle, and probably take out Luke Skywalker. The second thing I would do is count how many soldiers or followers throughout this race to get an idea if we can take them out and possibly take Luke Skywalker out too. The third thing I would do, I would change the pick of how I walk. If I'm walking 3.3 miles per hour, I would lower to 3. If I'm going 3.3 miles per hour, I will increase to 3.4. You want to change your pace a little bit so you won't get shot. Also, if you get signs like early cramps or any condition you have, there's a chance that you won't make it and you're probably going to get that ticket. Everyone continue to walk, and Pete decides to take a leak in front of everyone, which is disgusting. He can't stop, so he has to walk and do it at the same time. All of a sudden, number 1 gets his warning because he's thrown up and having seizures. Number 1 gets his 3 warnings and a final warning, and as a result, he get his ticket.
Warning.
Pretty cold-blooded, and Skywalker does not care. A few miles later, Karate Kid Legends' legs start to stiff, and Pete and Garraty slow down a bit to get him to at least 3 miles per hour.
Hank Olson's the name. Walking's my game.
But he drops something that will cost him later in the movie. Number 19 gets into a fight with number 5, and number 19 deliberately sabotages him so he get cut down the competition.
There's one winner.
It's a cruel idea, but it worked to perfection. Number 5 was given his 3-1, and unfortunately, Number 5 got his ticket.
Warning.
Number 45 needs to take a dump in the middle of the street. He get his street warning and also get his meal ticket.
Warning.
Number 47, who is Garraty, gets his first warning because he was sleepwalking, but Pete wakes him up. So the teenager asks Garrett about his mom and starts to clown him about it. At night, they are walking up the hill and some of the teenagers are dropping like flies. Because they are getting shot for walking below 3 miles per hour with their warnings.
Who's ready to win?
Garraty get his 3 warnings but also almost get shot and was saved by Pete, encouraging her to speed up, asking for water in the canteen. At mile 59, the survivors keep walking and motivate them as they tell stories of what they happened in the past. As a result, that night, 18 people died that night and on to mile 67. Alright, the heat is in the kitchen and it's getting too hot to handle. You can't stop for anything. You have to tie your shoe while walking. You have to do the number 1 and number 2 while walking. If you have condition or cramps, the chance of you surviving is slim to none.
Where the chances of survival are slim to none.
But there are a few options that might help you. Number 1, team up with a few people to make friends to take them out when you get a chance. Number 2, use the water in the canteen to throw water in the eyes so you can take the gun and shoot them. Number 3, team up and jump the soldiers to stop walk. It's hard to do that when 18 people of your fellow soldiers are going down, and it makes it even harder. And number 4, I know this is not a really good option, but you gotta try it. I would notice that none of them even asked Skywalker about negotiating a deal to get some rest. I know he's probably not gonna do it, so I understand why they did not ask. At mile 67, number 49 is badly sprained and cannot continue to walk. Number 49 get his warning, and unfortunately for him, he got his ticket.
Warning.
They made it to mile 100, and one of them tried to escape by running into a building, but was met with swift punishment with no warning.
And the blood will flow. Sudden.
Warning.
I actually like the idea, but he should have used one of the locals in front of him to take the bullet instead of him getting shot. Everyone giving their wishes of what they might do if they win the race. However, most of them express their concerns of how they really feel about the long walk. The long walk. At night, when it starts raining, they are still walking without any breaks or rest. At mile 144, one of the teenagers needed to take a dump in the middle of the street and got his 3 warnings, but he finished it just in time before he gets his ticket. Garraty tells his story about his dad when he was at home. All of a sudden, Luke Skywalker shows up to his house and threatened to kill his dad. Skywalker tried to give him one more chance. He declined the change, and as a result, like everyone else in the movie, he got his ticket.
Warning.
Honorable father who wants to show his son to stand up for what he believes in. Now we just found out why Garraty wanted to be in this long work in the first place, and that is revenge, and it's definitely understandable.
Payback time.
Pete tried to put some sense into him about revenge don't solve every problem, but they will not scare to forget his revenge.
This is walk or die.
Number 4 can't walk and get flattened by a tank and didn't get history warning to result in his execution.
Warning.
A second person also get executed for reasons I don't care to learn. Now we know Garrett's backstory to how he wanted to get in the first place, and also understand that his mom was concerned for getting in. He should have listened to his mom. As for the teenagers, more teenagers are getting executed, and no one has yet figured out or even tried to go after the soldier to take their gun. If I were them, I would take a chance to take one of the soldiers out and have a shootout. If I'm going down, I'm going down with a fight. At this point, many teenagers are dead, and this is not about representing, but more for survival. Another idea is to use the locals as a shield. They will have to shoot the local just to get to me. At the end of the day, the walk is not worth the price of admission. Karate Kid legends. starts to pass out, which results in him getting shot a few times.
Warning.
At least he did not go out quiet about it. The rest of the teenagers made a promise they would help Karate Kid because they found out he had a wife. Number 5 started to feel nervous and afraid because he don't want to be taken out. Number 5 decided to do the unthinkable and take himself out, which I would never advise anyone to do. What's worse is they turned around, gave him his 3 warning and a final woman and took him out.
Warning.
Now, this is down to 5, and they started to sing the Clementine song. It's mile 278, and they are getting closer to Garraty's mom. They finally see Garraty's mom, and Garraty wants to hug and apologize to his mom, but he could not do that because there's a big risk of him getting shot in front of your mom. It's unfortunate that Karate Kid had to sacrifice himself, but maybe he could have taken their gun and shoot at them. Karate Kid already barely walking like a zombie. Earlier in the movie, he dropped something that was important, which causes him to be executed. I don't think it will be much different because Karate Kid was already well gone before he was eliminated. If they could have teamed up earlier and take all the soldiers, then maybe they could have saved him and some of the other kids. And now this walk is going to affect their friendship. The more people taken out, the more going to start getting to their friends. I guess Karate Kid could not kung fu his way out of this one.
Ancient way.
Miyagi way.
So Pete finally tell his story where he was beaten and he had to go through some fights in order to survive. This is basically how he got the scratches on his side of his face. Pete gave Garrett some advice that if he survives, he must go home and be with his mom. At mile 306, one of the guys gets brave and decides to take out one of the soldiers' gun and shoot him, and he succeeded. Unfortunately for him, he was shot and taken out.
Warning.
At least he went down swinging. At mile 324, one of the teenagers' nose started bleeding and it looks like he's not going to make it.
Personally, I can't stop thinking about all that money.
As a result, he sacrificed himself but gave up his dog tag to make sure that someone give it to his grandmother.
Warning.
It's definitely an honorable death. Now, there are 3 left, and one of them tell Pete and Gary that he is the son of Luke Skywalker.
I am your father.
That's one heck of a bombshell he dropped after all those people was executed throughout the movie. So he decided to stop walking and sacrifice himself.
Warning.
Luke Skywalker's son is being taken out by his father's command. That's pretty cold-blooded. Now, it's only 2 down. At mile 331, Pete decided to sacrifice himself for Garraty so he could win. But Garraty switched it up on him and he's unfortunately gets executed. Luke Skywalker executed Garraty and his father the exact same way. We have a new winner, and Pete had only one wish, and that is to take out Luke Skywalker for all the things he did throughout the movie. Skywalker is taken out and the movie ends.
You killed him.
He deserved to die.
Garraty, you screwed up.
You know you done up, right?
You had the golden opportunity not to go to the long wall, but instead you did not listen to your mom. You meet friends like Pete, Karate Kid legends, and others, and watch a lot of people get executed to death because they're walking less than 3 miles per hour.
If you fall below the speed of 3 miles per hour, you get your ticket.
You were caught going slow because of you were sleepwalking and down a pair of shoes. You had the right reason to get Skywalker, but you were too afraid to finish the job. You watched your father executed, lose more friends, and made the biggest sacrifice of letting Pete win the long walk. As a result, you got executed and your mom do not have a husband or a son, and she will be alone as miserable for the rest of her life. Because of all that, Garraty, you screwed up.
You know you up, right?
The long walk is a very brutal rule that shows no mercy to any teenager that has a slim chance of survival. This is like watching someone in a cage battle a lion in which you have no chance of survival. Very nice movie, and you will never see me in that. If you like the video, press the like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next movie review.
Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to win?
May the Force be with you.